Hi everybody, John with you, and time for another candle empties video. I apologize for not doing one last month, but I didn't really burn all that much. It's been very hot and there are some evenings I haven't burned or melted anything, and I also went traveling a bit this month, so I decided to just wait and do a combined video. So these are my empties for the month of June and July. So first let's take a quick look at what I burnt. Okay, so first up, I burnt a large 22 ounce Colonial Candle in the scent Sea Spray. For whatever reason, our Ross stores here have been carrying Colonial Candles lately because they really didn't that much, so I've been picking them up here and there. This was, what, $9.99. So there's no scent description on this, but it's definitely an oceanic scent, and there's definitely a baby powder scent, and in fact I think sometimes the baby powder was considerably stronger than the oceanic scent in it. But that's okay, because I do actually like a baby powder scent, although I'm not sure why it's in Sea Spray exactly, I don't know, but you know, it was a nice scent and I liked it. Now, unlike some of the previous Colonial Candles I've had, this one pooled out really well. Had no problem with it pooling out, and it did have a pretty clean burn. I mean, a little residue on the side there, but a little bit. I never had to pour wax out of it or anything. It had a decent burn. I'd say the throw was pretty good too, maybe a 6 or a 7. You know, I could smell it throughout the main room here pretty well, although it was never really like overpowering. So yeah, it was quite good, and I guess true to a lot of what I hear about Colonial Candles, and the more I burn them I find it to be true, is that they are somewhat complex scents and multi-layered, you know, not just like one thing or two things. Like I said, there is oceanic scent, which in itself is quite a few things. I mean, salt and aquatic and a sand kind of scent with the baby powder. So it was a nice one. Yeah, next one I burnt would be a Bath & Body Works candle that I got at one of the semi-annual sales. This one is Pumpkin Woods. Now, I know this is intended, or part of a fall line, obviously, with the name and the packaging there, but the notes read, excuse me, woodland, spruce, cedar, clove buds, and smoky vanilla. So you'll note there's no pumpkin in that description, and indeed really no pumpkin in this scent. But it's a really nice kind of an evergreen pine scent with some clove, little, to me, like some muskiness, spicy and muskiness, and a touch of vanilla. Just a touch though. And I mean, I think you could even, some people would even say this is really a winter time candle because it's evergreen. But for me, I will say I'm not a 100% seasonal burner, and I do feel sort of like evergreen. I mean, I grew up in South Carolina where there's a lot of pine trees, in Pennsylvania where I grew up as well, in upstate New York, that, you know, you go outside in the forest and smell the pine trees. It's not necessarily Christmas to me. It's, you know, an outdoorsy scent. So I can burn this anytime. Now, I live in Hawaii now, and obviously when we go outside and go in the forest, you don't smell pine trees. So whatever. But I enjoy this candle, and it's quite strong. This one, I would say, is 7 or 8. I could smell it throughout. Sometimes I could, whichever room I was burning it in, I could actually smell it in the other room as well. So it was pretty strong. I did have to pour wax out of it once or twice. That's not totally uncommon, but it had somewhat puny wicks, and if I don't do the, I mean, you can cotton ball it, but I just pour some wax out into either a tea warmer or just into the trash. I did that once or twice, and it corrected itself after that. You can see there was soot. To be fair, I don't really trim the wicks that often, so that's my fault as well, but there was some. But great scent. Then I tried a second. I had gotten one before, and I tried another of these stress relief lines, aromatherapy. This one was eucalyptus and tea. Now, there's no scent description except to say it's made with essential oils, eucalyptus essential oil, and tea. Now, had this been a straight up, for real eucalyptus, I wouldn't have bought it because I don't really like that real astringent sort of cough drop kind of scent. But you definitely get both scents. You get the tea and you get the eucalyptus, and it is like a sweetened eucalyptus. And true to these aromatherapy ones, it is kind of more spa-like in that it's more of a fresh scent rather than a super sweet scent. And I enjoyed this. I don't think the throw on this was quite what I've had in some of the other Bath & Body Works candles. I would say maybe a 5 or a 6. I could smell it. It was present, but not really all the time. And it was definitely better when I burnt it in the bathroom, which is much smaller than here in the main room. A little bit lost in the main room. Not entirely, but, you know, a little bit. Maybe it was breezy. I don't know. I have a lot of ventilation going on here. But it was nice. Yeah. Okay, so the next one would be this. I did do a Botev from Yankee Candle. I had a set of different Botevs, and I got line dried cotton. This one was, and it is, you know, essentially kind of a cotton scent. I melted it, just split it open and melted it. And I could smell it for a day. It was maybe like a 5 that evening. And then the next evening or the next day, I couldn't smell it at all. So it really was only good for one evening of, like, you know, 5-6 hours. That was kind of it. And I couldn't really smell it the next day. It was okay. It was a nice linen, cotton, drying your clothes in the sun kind of scent. Okay, next up. Well, now this was the first for me, the first time, believe it or not, first time for me to actually try a Wal Mart candle, the 719 Walnut. Let me try that again. The 719 Walnut Avenue line of candles that are made by or made for Wal Mart. And they're very expensive. They had quite a bit of attention when they first came out. It's $5, I think, $4.96 or something for this candle. I picked up Tiki Colada because, well, if you can guess, I love the label. And it was the most appealing of the ones I had. I wanted to try it. So it doesn't have a scent description, but as you can probably imagine, I'm thinking it's like a pina colada kind of scent or something. And it is. It's like, although I would describe it more as like suntan lotion with pineapple. Because there is coconut, but there's also that sort of sandy beach scent going on in addition to just the coconut and then the pineapple thrown in. So sort of like if you're having a pina colada sitting on the beach. The throw on this one was good. I'd say like a 7. It was in fact very much akin to a Bath & Body Works candle. I would say it was very similar. My experience in the throw also very similar. The burn similar. You can see it was pretty clean. I mean, not entirely, but pretty clean. I didn't have any problems with the wicks moving around, which I neglected to mention. Although you might have seen it on the stress relief one, the wicks kind of started moving at the end. A little bit scary. About 3/4 of the way down, though, this one started to smell really weird and really waxy and very unpleasant. So I just stopped. But and I didn't put it on the warmer after that to see. But it got really unpleasant. Not that big of a deal because it was almost done, and like I said, it's less than $5. So actually, you know, I would get more of these. That was a pretty good experience, I think. Now, I also burnt a Yankee Candle little tart, or melted a tart, in the scent which I really like, coconut and vanilla bean. Now these were on sale for $1.19, so they were older ones. So maybe the smell's not as intense. I could smell it actually for a couple days, and it was a 4, maybe. I could kind of smell it when I was in the area, but it didn't throw a lot. And I actually burnt it while part of the time while I was burning this, because I thought they would kind of complement each other. But again, this was a little bit older. But I have a question that I just don't, maybe you guys, I don't know. I mean, I'm no expert in all of this, but I keep hearing I hear two things. I hear people saying that you have to burn your tarts soon after you get them because they don't hold their scent very well. And then I hear from people that are doing vendor wax, which I don't do because usually I would like to, but usually the cost of the postage is sort of prohibitive when they want to send it to Hawaii. It gets to be very expensive, and it's kind of just not worth it. But they are always saying that you have to let your, wax melt, whatever, let them sit for a while to settle and absorb the oil or whatever it is, magical thing they do, I don't know. That you have to wait for them to do that. So if you melt them right away, they're not going to smell very strong. You have to let them settle. And I also hear people saying that about candles themselves, like some of the Yankee candles. I don't want to burn it when I first get it. I want to let it settle and seep and stew and all the oils. And I'm thinking, I'm just me. I don't know. It's wax. How is it going to absorb more oil? What's in there is what's in there. Where is this absorption going to be coming from? I don't understand. But maybe it's something I just really don't. It does seem with these that if they're very old, they don't have a lot of scent to begin with, I think. And if they're old, you get less. So I'm not sure buying them on a sale for $1 when they're old is that great. I mean, it's $1 or whatever, but I don't know if it's that great of a deal to bother doing. But I'm just curious what any of your thoughts are on that or experiences you have. I don't understand how it can be both ways. I mean, it seems like either they get better with age or they get worse with age. I mean, more or less scent filled, one way or the other. It doesn't seem like it can be both ways. I don't know. Okay, then I also did Scentsy. You might remember I got a few bags of these at a Savers thrift store. They sold a bunch of these together in plastic bags, and I got a couple of them of all different kinds. So I'm not really familiar with Scentsy. They are like clamshell melts. This particular one is called Skinny Dippin'. And one would assume by the name, I would think that it's either like an aquatic scent, oceanic scent, or maybe chlorine, I don't know, like a swimming pool, or it would be like a tropical, fruit scent, pina colada or something like that. I don't know, implying, you're skinny dipping in the tropics. I don't know. That's what I would think. When I smelled it on cold sniff, it smelled like absolutely nothing. It smelled like wax, and I'm thinking, okay, this is not going to be good. It's like I smell nothing. So I'm going to use the whole thing. So I just literally cut it in half. I put half in a tea light warmer in the main room here, or in the electric warmer here, and I put half in a tea light warmer in the bathroom. And I figure, well, all of that going on, maybe I'll get something and see what it is. Wow, it was super strong, and it was not a scent I would have thought it would have been. It was very, very clearly peaches and cream. I mean, it was very plainly peaches and cream scent. And I thought, and I'm still thinking, what the heck has that got to do with skinny dipping? Can somebody explain that to me? Why would you call something skinny dipping that's peaches and cream? Call it peach cobbler or something. Anyway, it was a great scent. It's just not what I was expecting, and it lasted for several days. It lasted quite a long time, this thing, so it was good. Yeah. Okay, now we come to the candle that just what do I say about this one? It's from the White Barn collection, Bath & Body Works candle. It is a classic. I'm probably the only person in the universe that has yet to have burnt this. It's Summer Boardwalk in this particular packaging. It comes out all the time in different packages. It's kind of a staple. Like memories of the best summer spent at the beach, caramel glazed popcorn, warm taffy apples, and salted sweet cream. So I was kind of unsure about this one because when I smelled it, I thought it was kind of fall-like or caramel. I don't know. I don't associate caramel with the summer personally, but whatever. I mean, I'm not necessarily a strictly seasonal burner, so I was curious to try it. It was very strong on the cold sniff, but when I burnt it, like, oh my god, this thing is so strong. Like, it's really too strong. I have to, honest to God, it's too strong. Like, I would burn it for a while and have to blow it out. Burn it for a while and blow it out because like it's like a 9 or a 10. I mean, I'm sure my neighbors on all sides are wondering like, what is that guy cooking in there, you know? And I don't get all the scents that they say are in here. For me, it's pretty straightforward caramel popcorn, and it is caramel, butter, salted popcorn, you know? Caramel and popcorn, you get. Taffy apple, I don't know where, I could smell some apple on cold sniff. I do recall that, smelling it like, okay, I could smell a little. On burning it, no, nothing. It's straight up caramel buttered popcorn. It's a good scent. It's really strong, and I'm really tired of it. And it seemed like it burned forever. This was like the never-ending candle, right? Never-ending candle. In fact, I've had it on the warmer a couple of days. It's that far, and I'm just like so over it. I'm not even gonna do it again and I'm not gonna buy it again because I'm just like, I am done with Summer Boardwalk. I've had the experience. Thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Then finally, I did also do a Tart in pineapple cilantro one evening when I couldn't stand this. I totally needed a break. I did a Tart, an old Tart, pineapple cilantro. I love this scent, pineapple cilantro. Just pineapple and that cilantro, which is like a green, not minty, but parsley-ish, maybe, sort of scent. I don't know, but it's a nice scent. This one was fairly strong, maybe a 5 or 6. It's okay. And it lasted for the evening. That's all I wanted it for, as a break from the Summer Boardwalk. So it was fine. Okay, that's what I burnt the past 2 months. So any comments, if you've had any of these candles or melts or whatever, I'd love to hear, and what your thoughts about them are. Yeah, so subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you next month. I'll definitely do a video at the end of whatever the next month is. August. I'm losing track of time completely. Anyway, thank you for watching.